My fucking dog ran away for 11 hours. Ovilee hits me up. She's like, do you want me to go out there? I have traps.
Well, no, I don't have physical traps, but what I do have is a set of skills. Do you remember early 90s anime? Or just 90s anime in
Chobits?
general? I should not have been watching Chobits as a 12-year-old girl.
You know, earlier I came in, I was sitting here, and Ovilee's like, are you wearing pants?
I asked the question, I was like, oh, well, I can find out for myself. We're rolling, we're rolling, we're rolling, 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 we're rolling, we're rolling, we're rolling. That's...
God, that's a lot of fucking hair.
It's, I mean, if you look at it, it kind of looks like a horse. Nay!
If you were told me that in high school you were a horse girl, I would not be shocked.
What is the age gap? What is the appropriate age range for horse girls?
Horse girls, like fucking, there are adult horse girls out there. We call them rich white women.
Well, yes, absolutely. There are definitely people who are like, ah, yes, my pony is in the stables, and I see him every time I summon the Hamptons.
You know they have Gucci horseshoes, like rubber cover shoes for them.
Okay, but that's kind of cool, though.
That's fucking tight. But like, how rich can you possibly be? Or they have like, what is it? Hermes horse saddles and shit. That is some fucking white people money, dude.
I like this. Okay, first of all, shut your face. You know that some crazy rich Asians would definitely be in that shit too.
I've never seen an Asian equestrian. It's like seeing a black hockey player.
There's lots of Asian equestrians.
I feel like there's tons.
Yeah, in China.
Yeah. Horses go hard there. Like, I don't think... Did Japan really have a cavalry? I don't think Japan had a cavalry. I can't think of any horses that were going on.
I know they eat horse sashimi.
Have you had horse sashimi?
I have.
And how was it, Gina?
It was actually really good. It's
no.
like tuna sashimi. It's actually really good. I've had it twice.
Oh, you went back for seconds, bitch.
Yeah, it's like a rite of passage whenever my friends go to Japan for the first time and I'm there to show them around. I'm like, here, you're going to eat horse sashimi. Also, whale sperm sack.
You know, I don't even like human sperm in my mouth. I don't know if I want animal sperm in it either.
Every time like you say things like that, like it's good that you don't like it because I know you're not doing it, but then also I know that you don't like it because you've done it before, and then that image gets stuck in my head and it's like, ugh.
So here's the thing.
Come on.
I'm gonna help you.
Okay.
I haven't done it before.
Okay, good. Really?
See, I don't want that in my mouth.
Okay, good. I don't want you to want that in your mouth ever. Ugh. Welcome to another episode of Show Bobas.
I ordered a Thai tea today from a Thai place and they didn't put boba in it.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like that's a hate crime.
I kind of grew out of boba. I'm a grass jelly girl now. I feel like it's probably...
So you think you're fucking better than everyone else?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I mean, I thought we knew this.
bitch, okay, this is like some Asian supremacy shit. What I've seen, it's like the pick-me Asian bitches, like when I was in college, the ABGs, who just had to be more Asian than everyone else, but then also wanted to like, ah!
Got it. Oh, it flew off.
Oh, it's there.
Okay. Is that a fucking skeeter?
Did you save our lives? You saved our lives.
Skeeter.
Show the camera. Hold it up on your camera.
I don't think it's gonna pick up.
Nikki, put the mosquito in her hand. Look at that, Nikki. Enhance, Nikki, enhance.
It's there.
Okay.
Oh, that's a fat fucking skeeter too.
Throw him at Thresh.
Does she look?
Oh, don't eat that Thresh. Okay, he lost it. He has no idea. He's smiling. He's smiling like a dummy. He's like, what? I'm involved. I like being involved. Hi, Auntie Gina.
Your little broken ear.
He does have a broken ear.
That's Thresh too. I mean, that's a Judge too.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about Judge for a second. But what were you saying about the pick me Asians about being more Asian?
Yeah. Where they're like, oh yeah, well I only drink my boba with, on like, fuck, what is it called? I'm Japanese and I don't know what it's called. It's the anko. The red bean. The red bean. They're like, I only put that in my boba. And I'm like, you must hate yourself if you put the red bean in your boba.
I've never had red bean in boba.
It's fucking awful.
Oh.
I do diabetes boba, where I do strawberry popping boba, mango popping boba, passion fruit jelly, mango jelly, and then extra sugar.
You are a child. You are a child. You know what I get?
What?
Not the milk ones, just the tea, the flavored, just the tea. 25% sugar. Usually nothing in it, but maybe some grass jelly. You are a child.
Do you hate yourself?
Well, here's the thing. I did a fucking DNA test thing, and I am more likely to get diabetes. So.
I get kidney stones.
Ouch. But ouch.
Yeah, I went to the hospital. They put me in an ambulance because they thought I had appendicitis. Wait, I'm going to tell you the story. I haven't told you the story. I'm going to tell you the story of Ovilee and her kidney stones.
Okay.
So this is back in like maybe 2019 or 2020 when I'm working at the LCS. That's the League of Legends stuff. And I'm working as like an interviewer. So basically I get in the makeup, I go on after a game and I interview someone. And so I'm sitting behind the stage in the makeup room, which is where I wait until the game's over, and then I run out there. We have like monitors in there so we could see and monitor the games and everything. And in the chair, there was another guy who was also getting makeup done to do the interviews after me. We swapped off in interviews. And the game ends, and I stand up to go interview the winner, and all of a sudden, I'm on the floor. I am on the floor in a fetal position. I'm not crying because I ain't no fucking bitch and I'm not going to cry at the LCS, but I'm not crying, but I am on the floor in pain. I can't move. I can't speak, and it's hard to breathe. And the people in the room think I'm doing a bit.
Oh, no.
They're like, oh, Ovilee's being weird again. Ovilee's doing something, right?
This is the life of funny people. This is what we have to go through, guys. You guys think it's all just fun and games? No. All right. This is the struggles that we go through. Okay.
No one believes
us when we're dying.
So I managed to kind of like get up on my knee a little bit. And the only thing that's going through my head is, oh my God, I have to be on stage and do an interview. What the fuck is happening? And so I look at the guy who's getting his makeup done, and I was like, his name is Pastry. I'm like, Pastry, you have to do the interview. Like, I'm passing on the baton.
Oh my God.
And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, what is going on? And so he's not done getting makeup in. So I use the mic because I also use it as like the radio system. And I was like, to the producer, I'm like, I can't get off the floor right now. And they're just like, what? Like, what? And on the IFB, and I'm just like, I can't get off the floor right now. And so I'm on the floor in the makeup room. They say, okay, that's fine. We'll skip the interview. They skip the interview. And then like 5-10 minutes later, one of the producers comes to check on me. Another producer comes to check on me. They help me walk into the green room, hobble into the green room so I could like lay down on a couch. I'm still in searing pain and I don't know what it is at this point.
Where was it hurting?
Oh, it was basically like in this area.
Uh-huh.
It's like the abdomen, which is like the fucking worst place that you could get it, right? I'm like, is it gas? I'm like, no, I've had gas pain before and this is very different. It was sharp, it was searing, and it wasn't going away. And I remember them saying like, hey, it's protocol. We had to call the paramedics. We had to call 911. So the paramedics come in. They're like, can you stand? I'm like, barely. And they're like, okay. They put me on a fucking gurney because they're like, you might have appendicitis. And they put me in an ambulance. They put a drape over me so that I can kind of like get wheeled out secretly.
So they just make you a dead body as if that's going to be fucking better?
Oh, they use a white sheet instead of a black sheet.
No, the white sheet looks like a dead body also.
It's like a ghost, right?
Oh my God.
So they put me in the ambulance and I'm like laying down. But at this point, like the pain goes away a little bit. It's still there, but it's like not as bad. And I'm like, I swear to God, if I get to the hospital and there's no pain, I'm going to be pissed, right? I'm in the ambulance with like this volunteer firefighter who's like, showing me pictures of all these firefighter things that he does. Like he got to meet Will Smith, or he got to meet some celebrities at the firefighter convention. And I'm like, okay, cool. I get to the hospital. They wheel me in a wheelchair because you have to be in a wheelchair or something, to the front desk. And there's like this white blonde dude who's at the fucking desk, and he's like, what's wrong? I was like, I fell over. I was in the fetal position. I had searing pain. I can't, like, it struggled to move, but now I feel a little bit better. And he's like, okay, and why did you call an ambulance? And I'm like, I didn't. It was my work's protocol. I didn't do shit because I did not know how much ambulances costed at that time.
Yeah. For those of you who are not in America, it's like around like what are we at now?
$3,000.
$3,000?
At that time, it was $3,000.
Oh, it's way more expensive now, probably.
Yeah, thank God that I was still on my parents' health insurance at that time because I was still a child. But they did ultrasounds on my ovaries because they thought maybe it's a twisted ovary. They asked me if I was pregnant. And I said, we're missing a step. And they tested like fucking everything. They shoved something up me. They scanned me. They did all of these different things. And the last test that they did was, maybe that was the ultrasound, or they did like an x-ray scan. And they're like, okay, you have like 2 kidney stones that are just floating around in your gut right now, and that's what's causing the searing pain. It's not appendicitis. So listen, they're small enough that we don't have to like send the shockwaves in to break them up. Yeah. But here's a funnel, monitor your pee, and then just, let us know if there's anything wrong at the end. So they send me home, and for the next week, I feel like I'm fucking Thanos looking for the infinity stones in my pee every single time I go to the bathroom.
How does the funnel work?
So, okay. So it's a funnel.
I'm gonna be so sad that I I asked this. Okay, go on.
So the funnel goes like this. It looks like a funnel. Okay. And then at the bottom, it's kind of like, have you ever been to like those old timey gold prospecting stuff where they have that little like mesh at the bottom? So you pee through it and it goes into the mesh, and it's supposed to catch the kidney stone. But you want to know the most fucked up part? Oh. I never found it.
It's still in there.
No, it's gone. I think it's gone because at one point I felt a very sharp pain, like something ripping through my body. And I assumed that was the kidney stone, but also like it was in the middle of the night and I forgot to wash the funnel. So it was just like sitting in a bathtub. I couldn't reach it.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah. Okay. You lost it. I would have like taken it and made it into like a pair of earrings or something. That'd be tight.
Kidney stone earrings?
Yeah. I'm a big fan of keeping my body parts when they're removed or anything that's been inside me,
Oh, yeah. Well, you tried to keep your boobs, didn't you?
Yeah. And bro, like, oh my God, this was a whole thing. Like, I got my boobies replaced. You gotta get them fucking rotated and reinstalled, whatever, after like 10 years. And I told them from the very first appointment, the consultation, I want to keep my old ones. I really want. I told them at the office, when I first met them for, the day before surgery, I want to keep it. Yeah. Day of surgery, when I went into the OR, I'm like, remember, I want to keep it. They're like, yeah, don't worry, we made notes. As I'm laying there being fucking knocked the fuck out, I told them, remember, I want to keep my boobies. And then so after surgery, they sent me home. And then when the drugs wore off the next day, I called the office to check in like they asked me to. And I was like, hey, do you guys have my boobies? And they go, oh, I was so fucking pissed. I had plans, Ovilee. I had plans. I wanted to put it in one of those like plexiglass trophy boxes and light them up. Yeah.
Oh, but isn't there like scar tissue and all? Like
they clean it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or I wanted to make it like a fucking like Indiana Jones amulet. Like I bury one somewhere else when I die. If I can leave a thing, it's like, oh, find the other half of the amulet, and then like a fucking buried treasure or something. That'd be sick. Plans for my boobs. Anyways, I want to take these out soon. I'm over it. The big titty life, I'm kind of over it.
You're over the big titty life?
I'm over it. They serve their purpose.
Bitch, what's your brand then?
Big head.
Can I have them?
I'm saying.
Can you take the titties out and then put them into me?
Yeah, right? Like, just like, take a titty, give a titty.
I would definitely take a titty.
I'm kind of over it. I'm over the titty life. And like, it was a very like 2000s, early 2010s look, like big titties was that look, Mm-hmm. It was always fat titties and no hips. That was
I would say respectfully that titties are still in, but yeah. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
So we still like titties out here in 2024.
So I'm not go-go dancing anymore. I'm not modeling anymore. I don't really care much for the titties. So I'm thinking, here's the thing. Here's the plan. Here's the plan.
It's here.
I'm going to go take them out. Also get liposuction, right? Mm-hmm. And have them put the fat into my titty area. So I can still have a little bit of titty, you know, but it'll just be all me.
What was your boob size before?
34A, bitch. I was concave. Like, if I laid down the rain, I'm collecting water. Okay? And then now I'm 34D, double D's on my period. All right? I never wanted them that big. I wanted them to be C's or B's. But then every doctor I went to was like, no, you have a very wide rib. I'm like, first of all, fuck you. Lower your goddamn voice.
What does that mean?
I'm not wide anything anywhere, okay, bitch?
I'm big boned.
Yeah, fuck you. They're like, you have a very wide rib cage. It would look weird. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, bitch.
And even like my second time around, like, what do you think about me going small? He's like, nope, it wouldn't suit your body. I'm like, fuck all of you. What do you guys know with your education? So I'm just gonna go and get him taken out, liposuction, pump him in there, and apparently the fat that you put into your body when you move them around, only like 50% of it stays. So we'll see what we get from that.
Interesting. So you would try to keep it at like, what would you try to set them as?
Maybe like a B, like a small B.
This is a small B.
Nice and humble, yeah. Just like
Just
in the
humble?
words of Shakira. Looking at my
They're small and humble, so you don't confuse
small and
them
humble,
with
yeah.
mountains.
Mountain. I fucking love her.
So you call my titties humble?
Yeah.
I call them mosquito bites.
I had mosquito bites.
Mosquito bite
I
titties.
had-
What was it? Flat as justice?
Flat as justice, yes. Oh my god. I was trying to rewatch one of my favorite anime that I grew up with the other day. And ooh boy, I kind of forgot about a lot of it. Do you remember early 90s anime? Or just 90s anime in general?
Uh-huh.
You remember anime
Chobits?
like... I should not have been watching Chobits as a 12-year-old girl. For people who don't know what Chobits is, it's about this guy, this single guy who finds a robot in the trash, but the robot is also a loli girl, and the only way to power her on is by pressing a button in her vagina. Fantastic anime.
So cute.
Banger of a song. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
let me be with you.
You and me right here.
Right,
Did you see
right
that?
fucking here.
Right at the same time.
Fucking here.
Amazing.
So good. But no, it wasn't that. Have you heard of the anime or read the manga Great Teacher Onizuka? GTO?
Why does that sound familiar?
Because it's one of the greatest mangas of all time.
Uh-huh.
I haven't watched actually all the anime. I just read all the manga. But basically the premise is this. You have this ex-bike gang leader named Onizuka, blonde hair, delinquent, completely
hot?
ripped and all. Oh, very hot. Very hot. 22-year-old dude or whatever. And he wants to put the life of a, bike gang leader behind him, and he wants to become a teacher. So he becomes a teacher, he meets all of these troubled kids, and then he helps them solve their issues his way. So, like brute strength, punch the mean vice principal in the face. Kids are bullying other kids. He's going to beat the shit out of those kids, right? But the one thing that I forgot about, and it probably doesn't hold up as well 20 or so years later, is that it is very Japanese horny. It starts it off with him going, yeah, I want to become a teacher so I can, fuck the 16-year-old girls.
Oh, no.
And I'm going like, spoiler, he doesn't fuck any of the 16-year-old girls. He has an age-appropriate love interest. But the memes at that time was very much that.
Yeah.
So I was watching, I'm like, oh, I forgot about that part. I forgot about that. Oh, the part where the 16-year-old girl takes off her panties, throws her skirt up into the wind and shows her cooch. Forgot about that part. But it's so good. And I remember crying reading it for the first time in class. Oh, I was in like high school, not paying attention to physics. And I'm like reading through it. I'm like, ah. So highly recommend, but don't watch it around other people.
I need to watch Chobits again.
No, you don't. Do you really?
I just like her little ears. I've always wanted those little Pussycom ears.
Well, honey, we could get you those ears,
cute.
but I feel like a crime took place with that anime.
I think it's like, it has one of my favorite anime theme songs. That one, and
I forgot the ending. The ending was, let me pull up. I just need like 2 notes from the ending and then I've got it in my mind.
What was the song for Fruits Baskets? No, not Fruits Basket.
Not Fruits Basket.
What was it? The one that lives with a bunch of boys that turns into animals when they
that
hug.
is Fruits Basket.
That is Fruits Baskets. Or on Host Club. What was that theme song?
Oh,
Not that one. Definitely Fruits Baskets.
Oh, Kiss Kiss Fall in Love. That one.
I think so. Yeah.
I
think so.
That's
yeah.
Oron.
Or was it the ending song? Whatever.
Are you thinking of the guitar riff? Because the guitar riff is she's so beady. I can't say what guitar sounds sound like. Here, let me pull up. This is Chobit's ending one. I don't think that's what you're looking for.
Mm-mm.
No, I don't think that's it. But I'll play you Kiss Kiss Fall in Love.
I know that one. Maybe it was the ending song. Play the Fruits Basket's ending song.
Okay. Fruits Basket ending.
Nope.
Okay, not that.
High school ending song.
You're thinking of
No.
Shiso.
I'm thinking Kami-sama.
I
love that song. What was it?
Oh, Kami-sama no Kiss.
Okay, I love that song so much.
It's good. It's a good
so
one.
Cute.
Kami-sama
It's an adorable song.
Have you watched that? Did you watch the entire anime or just know the song?
Not the whole thing. I've watched a few episodes. I haven't watched the whole thing.
It's good. It's good.
What was the premise again? She works.
Oh, fuck.
Right?
Oh my god, wait, no. Okay, so it's basically he becomes her, I forgot if it was like assistant or something. Shit! What was it?
I don't remember it anymore.
I just remember that it's hot. Okay, wait. Kami-sama Kiss. Let me pull up the plot.
Oh, hold on. Wait, I just sat on my...
You sat on your...
What is poking me?
All right, okay, here we go. Here's the plot. Okay, the plot of Kami-sama Kiss. Nanami dreams of living an average school life just like any other high school girl does, here we go. Instead, she must cope with the fact that her father, who is a constant gambler, has accumulated a bunch of gambling debt in her name. As she can't afford to pay rent, she gets kicked out of her apartments by the debt collectors and is now homeless. Despite this unfortunate turn of events, she still maintains a kind heart. While sitting on a park bench collecting her thoughts, Nanami meets a strange man hanging from a tree because he's being chased by a dog after saving, that's Mikage. And then he invites her to the home, Mikage's home, and then she meets the little shrine people, and then they all live together with like Tomoe and everything.
Okay, yeah.
That's what it was.
That, yeah.
The shrine dude invites her in because she lost her home because her dad was a gambler. I just remember there was some sort of like servitude. I just couldn't remember who it was between. All I know is that I like it.
I want a boy harem so bad.
Oh, have you watched Kiss Him Not Me?
No. I want a boy harem.
It's good. Why can't boys just like us?
I want a boy harem of just a bunch of dudes that are like violently obsessed with me.
Yeah. You mean like in real life, or you want a show like this?
¿Por qué no los dos?
No, a reality show like this.
But they have to be hot.
And obsessed with me. I'm talking like would kill people for me. And kill this pussy.
Do they have to be hot though? That's the hard part.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
They have to be hot.
I was just talking on the phone with my aunt earlier, right? She's like, so, like, I'm going to Vietnam. Do you want, like, a rich husband? I can find you a rich husband. And I was like, okay, first of all, I'm taken. Second of all, rich usually means ugly. And usually, like, I wish I didn't see looks, you know?
Believe it or not, handsome rich guys have lots of options.
Right? Like,
I know,
it's
crazy.
Fair.
They generally don't need someone's grandma to hook them up.
Right? And then she's like, and then she goes back, and then she's like, oh wait, no, you know what? Probably Vietnamese men aren't good for you. They may be rich, but they're pretty gross, and they will beat you. And then I was like, okay, well, grandma, I fight.
They'll only beat you a little.
Yeah, right. I'm like, it's okay, you know, I fight. She's like, I know, yeah, you would beat the shit out of them, but no, okay, maybe not a good idea. And then she goes, oh, you still have that boyfriend? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, what is he again? Like, Japanese or Korean? I'm like, oh, he's Korean. She goes, oh, so you're going to eat a lot of kimchi. I'm like, all right, get on your fucking plane and go to Vietnam. Get the fuck out of here, lady. Like, go on your fucking vacation. Jesus Christ. So I was talking to her, but then I was also talking to her child. who is trans.
So your cousin.
My cousin. So male to female trans, you know, and like she's early 20s. And she was telling me, you know, she was having a rough time because back in September, when she was when she was walking home in like during dusk, some dude ran up behind her and grabbed her ass and was following her. And it really fucking freaked her out. She's like, I've never had this happen to me before. She's a decade younger. Loving older Gina's like, I'm so sorry this happened to you. This is really fucked up. You know, it really sucks. Dark humor Gina's like, welcome to the club.
I mean,
you're a woman now, baby.
Yeah, it's validation.
Yeah, like
some weird way.
You know, you're passing. Also, welcome to the fucking life. It's hard out here in the fucking streets. Okay, now you fucking know. You know,
it's not so easy.
Yeah, it's not so fucking easy.
Men are gross.
Yeah, and then like she was like, I'm like, yeah, it's a rite of passage. Like, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's gonna fucking happen. And she's like, this fucking sucks, and men suck. I'm like, I know. I know. Like, she was telling me this story, and I was like, God, I fucking feel for you so hard. But if you thought you weren't a woman, like if you had an inkling of a doubt at all, gone.
Yup.
Gone. You got treated like a woman in the world now. And so that's why I was a little bit late today, because I had a very long conversation with her. She finally came out to my aunt.
Oh.
You know, and this is my favorite aunt. This is an aunt that gave my dad his first job and career, you know, taught him how to do nails so that he wouldn't go back to prison, because she saw that he was about to fucking fuck up again. This is an aunt who owned a nail salon, so she's used to seeing women of all types come in, you know, and she's very accepting of everyone. And she was the youngest in her siblings, so she's always the cool one. And for years I told my cousin, I'm like, just tell her. Like, first she came out and said, you know, I'm gay. I'm like, I'm pretty sure Auntie already knows. Just go ahead and tell her. Mm-hmm. And then she finally told her that, you know, I'm trans and I want to be a woman. And my aunt she started crying, and we were like, oh fuck, crying what? Like, is she, you know, like, oh no, my son, you know? She was crying because she said, I'm now afraid because you're going to know the struggles of a woman. I started crying during this call when my cousin told me that. Like, I love my aunt so fucking much. She may have just told me that you're going to eat a lot of fucking kimchi. It might be a little bit racist.
Yeah.
But, you know,
she might get canceled on Twitter, but, you know.
But it's fine. The gays and the girls and the gays will love her.
Yeah. Of course. Absolutely.
So, you know, it was it was a very serious conversation. But God, did I have to keep a fucking straight face. Like, just like, you're gonna get grabbed, you know, like, yep. it's gonna fucking happen, babes. And then she's like, now I'm like thinking about, like, do I have to buy pepper spray and like a taser? I'm like, yeah, you do. He's like, it's fucking scary. And you know what else is fucking scary? The high deserts of California, Ovilee. Let me tell you the fucking high deserts of California, Ovilee. The high deserts of California. Why? Because my fucking dog ran away for 11 hours, Ovilee. On Sunday, Ovilee saw what I posted on social media. Josh went to his cousin's place up in the high desert, right? It's about an hour away from where we live. Mm-hmm. It was Josh, Judge, our dog, and his cousin's dog, Jasper. His family has like a fucking like 300 acres out there. I didn't fucking know about this. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was marrying into royalty. Just kidding. It's married into another country. It's fine. Anyways, so, and their backyard is just like dirt. There's no fence or anything. Yeah. We're gonna just hills, you know. And you know, Josh was watching the dogs out there, and then the dogs eventually start running further away over the hill. And usually Jasper has great recall, but this time they wouldn't come back. So Josh is like, whoa, what the fuck? But then his cousin's like, oh, don't worry. You know, like, this is also where Judge was born before we adopted him. He's like, don't worry. You know, the dogs usually take off for a little bit and they come back. I mean, our dog takes off for like fucking a few days. Like, they have a dog near them, Rosie, that lives there. It takes off for a few days and comes back and it's fine. Desert dogs. I don't fucking know.
Fuck?
Yeah. So they're like, don't worry, they'll be back soon. So they go inside and they eat. It's been like a fucking hour now and Josh is freaking out. And then so it's been a couple hours and Josh is like walking around. He's walking on foot, looking around. this was around like 1 p.m. He calls me like around 3. He's like, hey, I can't find Judge. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? What do you mean? You lost a whole big ass dog. He's walking all the way until dusk. The sun's setting. I'm freaking out and posting on all socials. Ovilee hits me up. She's like, do you want me to go out there? I have traps. I didn't even want to ask why she had traps.
Well, okay. No, I don't have physical traps, but what I do have is a set of skills. Okay. Thresh has gotten out twice before, both times looking for mom when she went to work. Both times I've been very lucky where 2 good Samaritans have found him and called me. And that's seriously like the luckiest I've ever fucking been. So I know how terrifying it is for your dog to get out, especially when you're nowhere near.
Yeah.
So,
and I was very thankful that my dog wasn't like a shit little fucking white crusty baby dog. So he could survive out there for a little bit, you know? And Jasper was a big dog also.
Mm-hmm.
So the sun sets and we're like, well, you can't, for like 300 acres, you would think like maybe you would have like an ATV or something, but it's not my family.
Or
it's not
a
my property.
golf cart.
Something like that. Whatever. It's
What
fine.
are we, poor?
So I'm like, okay, well, what are we going to do? I'm like, you know what? You should probably sleep over there and like maybe the dogs will come home. Who knows, right? He's like, yeah, you're right. Well, Josh is a fucking kidney transplant recipient. He has to take these medications twice a day, every fucking day, and he cannot forget because the kidney might reject. The body might reject the fucking kidney.
Oh.
So he's like, okay, I'm going to go home, pick up some clothes, get my medication, shower, and come back. So he drives an hour home. I give him my bathrobe, like just put this outside the house. Maybe Judge will smell it and he'll come home and everything. And he grabs his medication, drives back. About like 45 minutes in the drive, we get a call saying like Judge is home. I'm like, oh my God, the fucking dogs came home. They didn't even knock on the door. They didn't scratch at the door. No, they just sat at the front door and just fell asleep. They did not think to notify anyone that they were home. Josh comes and grabs him, brings his ass home. He's fucking filthy, dude. Dusty as shit. And he is, I don't know what the fuck he did, what bitches he was fucking. He was exhausted. Like, would not even jump up to say hi to me. He was so tired. He went to bed immediately. Knocked the fuck out. I didn't want him anywhere. Like, I don't know if he had butthole worms or fleas or anything. Put him directly into the kennel. He went to sleep. Next day, took him straight to the groomers before he touched anything. No ticks, no fleas. He's fine. But he was just so tired.
Oh.
I wish I knew what adventures he went on, with Jasper. Gave him deworming medication, which apparently makes him very tired also. So he's been exhausted the last 2 or 3 days now, but he's home safe. The little fucking shit. Like half of me just wants to beat his ass, fucking. But he's fine. He's safe now. And I was so scared. I'm like, how do I break it to my cat and my other dog that, Judge might be gone? This little fucking shithead, but he's fine. Jasper is exhausted also. Everything's fine. Fuck that dog. Do you want a dog? I ask you this every goddamn week. Do you want a new dog?
Fuck no. My dog is almost 11 years old. He doesn't want a puppy in his life. I tried that with his foster brother Bucci, and he was like, get this fucking asshole away from me now. But Bucci was just like, I want to hang out with my big brother. I want to hang out with my big brother. And Thresh was like, get the fuck away from me. But now Bucci lives with a family of, well, they were 4 and 6 when I dropped him off, but they're probably a little bit older now. Little girls and then another little dog.
What kind of dog?
He was an Akita.
Oh,
An Akita mix.
American?
He was a mutt.
Oh, okay,
so he had like the Akita tail, but sometimes it would fall out. So like, you know how it's all curled? Sometimes it would fall out of the curl.
Okay, I was like, the fucking tail.
It's a butt plug.
What the fuck?
Butt plug tail.
For the longest time, I did not know that there were tail butt plugs. I thought there were clips.
Come on, that's the first butt plug I learned about.
No.
I kept asking people when I went to anime. I went to Fanime when I was like 11, and I was like, "How do they have a tail in there?" Learned the hard way.
I thought it was like a rabbit's foot that was like a keychain or something you can clip on, because I've seen clip-on ones, but I did not know that there were butt plug ones. The risk of a child running up to you and pulling it.
You didn't see you didn't see the video?
What video?
Just pull that thing like a Beyblade.
There was
Let
a
it
high
rip.
schooler. high schooler who had a tail butt plug. And listen, I'm not saying that bully is ever justified. But if you come to school wearing a butt plug with a furry tail and you're being bullied and the bully just happens to come run over and rip that shit out of your asshole, I'm not saying it's justified. He's an asshole as well, but also like...
There goes your asshole.
In high school, you're asking for it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here.
I just don't know why people wear... Listen, you guys all know I'm a horny motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy kinks, and I won't yuck your yum. But the kink that I do not like, any kinks that I like, I don't agree with any kinks that you're subjecting people to in public.
Oh.
That too. Not a feet person also, but like publicly. Like, you know the ones who like walk their leathered fucking pet on a collar in public at the mall or some shit or
I've
another?
never seen that. I've seen memes, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, I've seen memes, but I've never seen it in person. But it's like, keep that shit to yourself, bro. You know, like what? Like be like all the power to you. Be horny, but keep it to yourselves. So
Yeah.
I never understood why people wore fucking tail butt plugs in public. I don't fucking get it. Even like
Patreon
doms and subs, they have day collars. Like they have collars that they use at home and day collars that look like normal necklaces because they're not trying to scream at everyone like, "Hi, I have sex and I have a sex thing inside me right now." You know.
Patreon goal.
Gina will rip out your tail butt plug for only $9.99.
Like a fucking lawnmower, baby. Yeah, like a fucking lawnmower. Oh my god, do you think they make ones that are like, you know, the company key cards that retract? They should make those.
Of butt plugs?
Yeah, and then the tail retracts and they just... Or you know those toys, those keychain toys with the... And you pull it and it goes... Like the little... And they...
There's a snake in my boot.
Yeah, so like you put that on the butt plug and then the tail just goes running back.
I want a voice box in my butthole.
Oh my god.
Right? And then it's literally my butthole can talk to you. You just rip it and it goes tee-hee.
Or it goes, "Help, I'm stuck. Help."
Lemmy winks, lemmy winks.
We're gonna need more glitter.
I told you we needed more glitter.
Oh, speaking of which, did you see what fucking Congress or the government did today?
This is my sole form of entertainment. Okay? If they take TikTok away from me, I'm storming the Capitol.
Okay, so let's fill the people in on what the fuck is happening right now.
I don't know how Congress works and how many steps it takes, but then apparently a bill just passed to ban TikTok because it's associated with communist China, and they're stealing your information and they're spying on you, as if this hasn't been happening with every other fucking app in the goddamn world owned by Americans here, like Zuckerberg and shit. But no, it's the Chinese. It's because they don't want... I read that TikTok has become such a fucking wonderful source of supplemental income for people out there. And that's why America wants to shut it down, because they want an American fucking company to be doing this and not some fucking foreign company doing it for them. I don't know. I don't care. I want my fucking 50-part stories of who this man was that cheated on you. You know?
Yeah. So I believe what the bill actually is, because there's a lot of people going, it's not a bill to strictly ban TikTok. Mm-hmm. It's a ban on apps being heavily controlled by foreign entities. So right now they're saying that if TikTok does not sell to someone else, aka does not stop being owned by a foreign entity, they can no longer exist within the US.
The parent company ByteDance.
Sell it to me. Hey, CEO of TikTok show. Hey, I know your name. It's me, Gina. Sell it to me. Sell it to me. And I won't change anything. In fact, I'll let you still fucking run it. But it'll be under an American address. It's like going to a different school that your parents want you to go to. Just use my address. You're fine.
But one of the other things that a lot of people are speculating as well is that when all of the riots were going on in France, there was no American or Western coverage of the riots. Or do we call it riots or strikes in France? For what?
It's France. It's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Okay.
The French really know how to fucking...
They burn shit regularly.
Exactly.
They dump manure in front of your... Like, it's
exactly,
fucking great.
because they're rioting against their government. America's not going to fucking talk about that. But all of the people who are, 16 and under are on TikTok 24/7. So they're seeing all these riots in France. Yeah. They're learning about all this extra information from people who are making informational TikToks on the platform. Trust me, there's also plenty of like non-helpful informational shit. Like that's where fucking Andrew Tate got all of his stuff started building his platform from. There's a lot of misinformation there as well. But for the general public, there was a lot on COVID. Yeah. There was a lot on understanding the vaccine. There was a lot on understanding like what the fuck is going on in the Middle East right now and what's happening with Palestine, what's happening with Ukraine and Russia, because not a lot of other people are talking about it. So you're having people who are in these fucking war-torn areas, war-torn nations, who are posting videos of themselves in Gaza, right? Of themselves in Russia or in the Ukraine right now, and posting like all the fucked up shit that's actually happening. And so the main speculation is, well, they don't want that.
Yeah, absolutely.
They absolutely don't want that.
And it's education that they cannot control. And that's, of course, threatening to whatever the fuck image that they want to put up. So I can understand why they don't want this app. But it would be such a fucking disservice to, our people, or people in general.
Yeah.
I've learned so much on TikTok. All right.
From cats retelling historical events. The only thing that I want the government to focus on right now is fixing this narrative around the Civil War, okay? It wasn't fought over slavery. It was over states' rights. Am I right, Gina? Gina, am I right? Prager University, am I right, Gina?
The states' rights to what, Ovilee?
States' rights. States' rights to do what they want, producer Ian. All right, hear me out, Gina.
In specific.
The Pilgrims were actually helping the Native Americans, okay? They just took control over their buffalo and corn because they weren't as educated, all right, Gina? So actually...
Ovilee, there's one in the room.
Wait, what?
Ovilee, there's one in the room.
There's a pilgrim in the room.
There's a pilgrim in the room?
No. The one before that. The one you were talking about.
The Native Americans?
No, Ovilee, the one before that.
Gina, I need you to be more specific. There's one of what in the room, Gina?
The person that benefited from the Civil War.
Who? What?
The Vanderbilts?
Oh, God, right? Yeah, okay.
Who's that?
A lot of wealthy Southern families.
Yeah. Anderson Cooper was a fucking Vanderbilt. That's crazy.
Managed to escape relatively unscathed.
I haven't reached, I guess, that point in history in my historical cat TikToks yet. Right now I learned about the Spartans, though. That's pretty cool. From cats.
Are they the ones that fucked a lot of little boys?
That's the church. Gina, have you played Supermarket Simulator?
No, but I really want to.
Oh, Gina! Okay, I have to tell you all about this game because I started playing it, I think like last week or a couple days ago, and I'm fucking hooked. Okay? So here's the premise. Here's the story, all right? You know how everyone's unemployed right now? Everyone's getting laid off. G4 is dead. Rooster Teeth is dead. Warner Brothers is shutting a bunch of stuff down. There's layoffs across tech.
So dark.
There's layoffs across the gaming industry.
Fucking Black Mirror shit.
Everyone is fucking, losing their jobs left and right. Well, Gina, I'm not just going to sit there and feel bad for myself, okay? I am going to start building on my skills. And that skill is owning and working at a supermarket, Gina. All right, that's $5. It's going to be on your credit card. Owning and working at a supermarket. This is my backup plan for if esports ever actually goes kaput, okay? If the internet goes kaput, if Twitch just mysteriously disappears, I'm going to work at a supermarket. I know how to stock shelves. I know how to set prices so high that it makes people hate capitalism, but fuck you, you're just sad because you don't own a supermarket and I control the means of production. All right, Gina? And then now I know how to hire cashiers too. I've learned how to do math.
This actually sounds so much fun, and I do want to play it. But I just know that the one thing that I would look forward to is if a mother leaves her child in line to go grab something really quick. I would start scanning that shit so goddamn fast. So fucking fast, dude. And I would look him right in the goddamn eye. And then when the total comes, I'm going to look at him and be like, your total is $52.41.
We talked about that a little.
Oh my God, I would love to do that.
That's where I'm convinced that everyone's anxiety originally came
Why
from.
does this happen? Or like when they give you the change and they start working on the next person, you got to put the change in the
Oh my God,
purse,
yeah.
And you're like, fuck, I got to get out of the way. Why does this happen?
I take my time. Mm-hmm. And I think it pisses people off sometimes. Because sometimes I'm like, I'm quick, I'm out of the way. But sometimes if I could tell the cashier's kind of being a bitch.
Yeah.
I take my own sweet ass time.
Yeah.
You are going to have to push me out of the store, man.
Yeah.
If that's how serious you are.
I remember one day I was like, why am I rushing? And then I just stopped doing that. I'm like, I will take my time to put the coins where they're supposed to go in my wallet. Mm-hmm. And you're going to sit there and wait until I fucking unfold these dollar bills and put it in my wallet properly.
I just use self-checkout exclusively now. You can even take alcohol through there. You just have to ask someone to put their code in for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the temptation to steal is too high, Ovilee.
What?
You know, like
in game.
The temptation at self-checkout to steal is just so high, Ovilee.
Gina,
like
I would never purchase organic bananas and scan them as normal bananas.
Yeah,
okay?
that'd be fucked up.
I would never scan a
organic
premium box
bananas.
of cereal and mark it as off-brand stuff.
I would never buy a TV and mark it as 2 kiwis, Ovilee.
You'd have to have 2 pretty large kiwis to try to get away with that. But I respect it. I respect it, but not in my fucking supermarket. Not in my supermarket. I'm watching you like a damn hawk. I've got my 2 cashiers. I've got my 2 stock boys, and they're ready to jump you if you try to walk away with some of my tuna or large sushi. Bitch.
This sounds really fun. I'm going to stream this now. I want to play it.
Play it. It's so fucking good. And it's flavor of the month.
Is it
Steam.
multiplayer?
No.
Aw.
And it's still in early access. Like, it was only dropped February 20th.
I remember I was at Target and I was checking out, and like I was checking out this girl, like maybe like she's probably like 19 years old, 20, I don't know. This is probably one of her first jobs or whatever. And there's a guy in another line working, cashier also, and you can tell he's one of those guys that just tries to bring a positive energy. He's like, how are you doing today? Yeah. And he's laughing loud. She scans through my shit. She goes, and he's laughing loud. She looks at me, she goes, ugh, I can't stand him. Annoying, right? And I was like, why are you fucking telling me? I think he's fucking lovely. What the fuck? Like, I can tell this is probably your first job. You cannot be saying that to people. I thought he was adorable.
Did you just look her in the eyes and say, bitch?
I can't. I'm like, I thought about it. I was like, no, he's great. He sounds like such a lovely person. But also at the same time, this is your first job. I don't want you to get fired. You're probably fucking trying to work. Like, you're learning. And then
you spit in her face.
You ever asked a guy to spit in your mouth before?
I haven't.
When you put it like that.
I love your response. It was so fast and so sincere. It was so sincere with just a tinge of concern. Have you? No.
The craziest I've done is shared gum, but even then, I'm doing the sharing, so technically I'm spitting.
Yeah.
Because I don't want their shit in my mouth.
I never asked for it, but he just
established this.
I never asked for it, but he just did it.
What? Without consent?
Yeah, I mean, we were on like the same wavelength, It's like, if you're into this, and you're probably into this, and he just did it, and then I was like, huh. Did I enjoy that?
Now, was this like...
And then I was like, yeah, I did enjoy that. That was nice. Okay.
So was this like mid-kiss, or you were just like, and he went...
Like mid-boning.
Yeah, this is a deep into hot and heavy
yeah.
activity.
This is not like early on in the session.
It's not a, hey, how you doing?
Yeah. It only happened once. Well, is it something that I would...
Did you talk about it after? Like...
No, I was like, oh, that was tight. But it wasn't one of those things where like I would ask for it again. But I was like, oh, this is nice. Yeah, I swallowed it. I'm not a fucking bitch, Ovilee. The fuck? It's 2024, Ovilee. We swallowing. Okay, we're all swallowing nowadays, Ovilee. Jesus Christ, grow up.
I don't want
The horror.
That's gross. I'm just going to say that I have never had an STD. Only lots of yeast infections.
I wish I can say the same. High five.
Not the yeast infection
Shout
part.
out to the chlamydias. out
Shout
there.
out to the chlamydia king.
I love that you know that name.
What?
I love that you know that name.
Is that what people call him? Go to Gina's TikTok account if you'd like to know what we're talking about here.
I feel like you haven't really grown up and lived in LA unless you have chlamydia at least once.
Well, is chlamydia, is that one curable?
Yeah.
Or do you still got it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's curable.
yeah.
You know,
Antibiotics.
earlier I came in, I was sitting here, and Ovilie's like, "Are you wearing pants?" Because I'm wearing shorts underneath. She not only that, she goes, "Are you wearing pants?"
Yeah, her head was just like right up in there.
Like, what would you have done if I wasn't, Ovilee?
You know, the thing is, I didn't even think about it. It was just instinctual. I asked the question. I was like, oh, well, I can find out for myself.
You asked, but then you didn't wait to hear the answer.
Yeah. What if you were just met with full gooch? You know?
Just
I
lips
would
in your face.
politely ask if you needed a towel. Thresh also sits on this couch, so I don't know how sanitary it is.
That is so sweet that you don't want to inhibit my nudist tendencies. You didn't want to bring me pants or underwear, but instead you're like, you know what? I'm gonna let you be naked, but would you like a towel to sit on? And that is you are so kind and accepting.
I
Ovilee.
feel
Nobody
like-
wants dog hair in the cooch.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog hair is not fun. I had an ant crawl into my vagina once, and I never saw it again. I was little. I was like 6. I was like 6 or 7. I was playing.
Every sentence gets worse. The story
There's
gets
a
fucking
whole
worse.
ant colony out there.
Every
now.
sentence.
I was playing in my sandbox. And then there was like ants in the sandbox because I think I had dropped chocolate or a popsicle in there or something, and an ant crawled up my leg. And you know, when you're little, you just wear like shirt or skirts and like stuff. You don't always remember to put the underwear on. And then I remember just watching it go whoop. And then I lost it. I don't know where it is.
That thing is probably fucking calcified in there at this point. All right. I remember I woke up once because I felt something sharp down there, and an ant had bitten me right near, like just on the lip. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, first of all, why there? And then I remember this one time I got a mosquito bite right next to my butthole. Not my butt, my butthole. I don't even know how.
Okay, so then you know how sometimes when you itch mosquito bites, it feels good?
Mm-hmm.
When you pooped, did it feel good?
I don't think it hit it. Yeah. But God, was I scratching my butt the whole entire week. I think it's because I sleep naked, and then my mosquito just decides to be cheeky and just get in my cheeks.
Cheeky. You sleep naked?
Yeah.
How can you do that as a dog owner?
Because the dogs sleep in their own beds.
Oh.
And then also, like, if Lola were to sleep on our bed, she sleeps on top of the covers. She doesn't get under the covers.
Thresh doesn't get under the covers either, but it's a mess. It's a mess.
How?
There's mud in my bed.
What?
There's mud.
And we make the bed every morning, so if they were to jump on, it's just on the covers, not underneath. There it is. Yep, got it.
There's mud.
Yeah.
And he has like, whenever he sits down, he leaves like this little butthole print. It's his little dirt star stamp. It's a little poo-poo.
All right, so that's the last episode of Show Bobas right there. Let's
Join our Patreon. The next time we send you photos, our little Polaroid photos, we will make sure to have Threshy butthole stamps on there.
So I tried to do that before. I put it on like a card.
Oh, okay,
and
we're gonna end this episode.
It didn't really. It didn't really show up very well. Plug the Patreon bit.
Oh yeah. Hey, so we have a Patreon, so make sure you join that. We send photos that we take and we decorate on our own. Also, I just filmed the very first episode of my Patreon series where I watch movies that I've never seen before because I was raised in an oppressed Southeast Asian family. So I'm watching a lot of movies for the first time and I'm reacting to it, and it's a Patreon only series. And the first movie that I watched was Jurassic Park.
With Kasim G in it.
Apparently fucking so. The moment that Goldblum popped up, I was like, why is Cassim here? And then throughout the whole entire movie, I'm like, this is so Cassim coded. It's crazy. But yeah, that's the very first episode. And it was a fucking cool movie.
Good.
It was a fucking cool movie.
And if you want to know more about it, then go ahead and subscribe to our Patreon. It's one of the tiers. It's the tiers with extra content. Just get in there. And then, of course, we're going to have an additional Patreon extra show for the month of March, since this one, the Jurassic Park, is technically February, but then Gina got sick, and then her dog ran away, and then she got stung in the butt by a mosquito.
And then the next movie is going to be Die Hard. I already chose it. It's going to be Die Hard.
Christmas?
Everyone says it's a Christmas movie. I don't know. I've never seen it. I don't know. So I'll have to report back to you guys.
Cool. Thanks for watching, everyone. Ooh 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 yeah ooh 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 yeah ooh ooh ooh.